All right, everyone. Hey, welcome to this live review of 30 Days of Mindful Zen Habits, where we get to see today the official day two, which is opening a gap to breathe and meditate. So, we're going to go through basically this book together and really try to install this as the habit of choosing how I want to feel in my day. So they're trying to say here from the beginning, the get-go, that the most challenging thing is to start. Yes. Why? There are three things. There are habits, there is inertia, and there's haste. So you could see habits basically as what 80% of your day actually is. We think we got it all under control, but habits are running our lives. So if we could breathe and meditate and introspect on how we want to live our lives, we could influence those habits and really have ourselves in a more powerful autopilot and knowing how to switch into manual when we want. That's the principle of opening the gap. Inertia is the second one here, and inertia is changing the course of the habits that you have or getting new ones started. Haste is basically the unproductive state of mind that you have that keeps you in anxiety and enables you to not be able to fix anything, like switch the inertia that you have in your mind, because you just don't have the silence to be able to pay attention to the things that were always there that matter so that you could input a new strategy. So we're living in an autopilot, and that autopilot is not necessarily serving us. So just like Tesla cars, where people had accidents because they were relying on the autopilot, you in life you can't say, well, my body was an autopilot, it's not my fault. Who are you going to sue? You're your own vehicle. It's not someone else that just built you and you're a robot. You basically are responsible for your choices. So let's make better choices together. So one of the excuses people have to not meditate is they say that they don't have the time. But 10 to 20 minutes is not that much of a big deal. Another thing is that some people will start the habit of doing physical activity, but without mental hygiene, that physical activity could be an extra burden in your life. How many people do you know that see physical activity as a huge challenge that unless they have a trainer, it's not going to happen? And they start and they stop, they start and they stop throughout their entire lives, and they can't keep the momentum going. They haven't been able to connect it to something that's so meaningful to them that they would never stop with this habit. I'll give you an example. Amazing lady I had a walk with the other day. I'm having a lot of walks with amazing people these days. And she was mentioning, I asked her why she likes Zumba so much. And she broke it down, and it's basically her whole character is basically embellished and put into practice when she does Zumba. It just connects to what type of person she is. I was like, you know what? If I had to design a strength training program for you, I would design it where what you do in Zumba, the moves in Zumba, and the moves that match in, the possibilities of strength training exercises, and would them make them cross so that you could enjoy your Zumba even more. You could get more out of what you like. You wouldn't have any problems doing that if it only enables you to have a better experience with what you love already and what you are. So what another thing is important here is that this needs to be a habit. Like, if you took 2 showers back to back in the week, well, what about the rest of the week? You would start stinking, right? But well, just like your mindset could start stinking. And the principle here is to make sure you turn this into a habit. And it doesn't matter if you do it in the morning or at night, try to have a consistent time where it serves you the best, just like your shower. So next, there are things that you could expect in a negative way that will happen if this is not a habit in your life. And they're saying here that if you don't find a space to rest and rediscover yourself on a regular daily basis, you will get some form of mental blindness. Like there are things that were around you all along, you can't pick up on them because you have a certain type of tunnel vision of what stresses you and what you're hasting running around to accomplish. You might be rigid in your thinking, and you might be in a never-ending cycle of bitterness as well, never being able to stop it, accepting it as if that is part of regular life. But it's not. We discovered yesterday that there is a pain like feeling bitter, but we don't have to add suffering into it by keeping this a habit about what we add on to what actually happened. We could take a step back, create a gap, meditate on what happened, and come to a solution of this is how I want to challenge this time. At least you're getting better at it. Now, they're giving us some tips about how to meditate, and they're saying that you could try to sit up straight as well as possible and to breathe and observe your breathing, because it enables you to build muscles in your brain of teaching yourself not to have attention diarrhea, where your attention just goes all over the place. You could send it where it needs to go for the given situation, and it gets to lock on what you want it to lock on for a given situation, such as practicing on paying attention to your breath. Because pressure is what prevents us from evolution, from being able to evolve as a person. So you want to be able to get your attention to sit down or to focus, give it something to do for it to feel valuable and to get stronger at that given task. But when you feel pressured, am I doing this right? Maybe I need to go do something else. Is this working or not? Well, see, you're not focusing your attention on anything. And that pressure to evolve is actually going to make it not happen. And you'll never actually get better at this because of the attitude that you have of trying to haste into a conclusion that you're attached to. Hey, just focus on your breath, let it go. Observe, and then contemplate on what's beautiful about what you could notice now. There are things that are going to come to the surface. Another note is to make sure that your mind will have a difficulty focusing and being relaxed if your body is in tension. So start paying attention to what's going inside of your body. That we call that interoception. And interoception is your ability to feel what's going on in your bodily processes on the inside. So when you're able to feel like, okay, my shoulders were tense, now they're relaxing more. Hey, my breath's more on point. Great, just pay attention to what's more on point, but don't stress yourself with it. Now they're saying that breathing and meditating, observing, contemplating, attention and concentration, silence and stillness, all united will help you to reconnect with what matters most, such as your most authentic self, what human condition is, life in the present. So meditation is not just about relaxing. No, you relax to get into meditation, but it will help you in terms of noticing the things that are stressing you, the conflicts, the things that you've been repressing, the things that you swept under the rug while you were hurrying and you were in hyperactivity. Those things will reappear. So remember, this matters because whatever you avoid grows, and only what we accept transforms. Because you're accepting responsibility that there is something that you could do about it that is better. Because you're doing something about it now, you will feel better. And you're not going to expect others to be better. You're going to accept that you need to be better, because that's just the nature of things, and you can't force them into being how you want, but you could choose to be how you want. The more we force others to be like what we want, the more they're going to have resistance and feel kind of like upset. So on a closing note, what are the things that we could expect here again? Is that instead of reaching it, trying to meditate to relax, you relax to meditate. And new unknown tensions will arise, both mental and physical. And that is the discomfort of the body that first warns us that the process of healing is actually occurring. It's actually good news. Just like when people fast, like, oh, I have a headache. This is not good. I need to get out of it. No, honey. When you get a headache, say yes, because that's just a proof that the toxins that were in your body are being flushed out of your body. So that means that everything is on point. So now you have an exercise to be able to listen to your body, what it wants, how you could serve it better, so that you can renew the force that you have with this ally that's just been trying to help you out all this time. Listen to it, take care of it, and by being happy that you're doing the right choices, you're going to have more confidence, power to be able to be of help to others. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do it, just so that you can get notifications, and you could obviously help me access more people that need this information. I just want us to be able to grow together and to really be able to access our dreams without forcing steps that will just make us more stressed and push away the evolution that needs to happen within our lives to be able to access that. Let's really help each other out into growing together. I wish you a wonderful day, and till next time. The title is Let Your Body Speak and Guide You. Hey, I can't wait to learn about this with you. Take care, everyone.